which countries would that be, or which countries influence Azerbaijan mostly?
I think the ties, due to geographic relationship, are with their neighbors, which are Russia, Turkey, Iran, and so on. You can see a lot of influence of the Turkish educational system. There is a lot of Azerbaijani in the Turkish universities and a lot of Turkish in the Azerbaijani universities. The culture and the language is too close. But again, this is just a part of the puzzle where you see the English influence through English education system being implemented. One of the amazing stuff is that you have a replica of an Oxford village. They have a college called Oxford School that is a replica of Oxford buildings. And the Azerbaijani really respect, I think, the British culture a lot, and it's reflected in their way. So it's a mixture of Russian, Turkish, British, American, and I think at the end that what makes the best of it. That means the Azerbaijani are just picking up the best out of all these cultures.
Before you mentioned the oil sector and Azerbaijan is quite wealthy because of the oil sector. Are there any educational programs for international students who want to study or want to study in this direction?
I think they have one of the best institutions in the world that teach oil engineering. And one of the best is because it offers, I think, a lot of practical courses on top of the theoretical courses. But petrol is very... you can see it. That's mean when you travel around Baku, you can see the petrol producing facilities, and you can see it in the outcome where I think the petrol companies are giving grants to students to study overseas too. That's mean I think the petrol companies are really part of the development of the education. Again, I think it's the second most demanded university in Azerbaijan is the petrol engineering one.
Are Azerbaijani universities working with partners in other countries?
Yes, I think they seek partnerships, and many of them are in partnerships, especially in developing research and in tuning up. To go up to work with the Bologna system, you need to work in a network system. So I think they are networking with a lot of universities, and I think there is a big opportunity for other universities to try to. That's mean what I felt from the Azerbaijani universities is always happy to have cooperation with other well-known universities.
So, Nicolas, what do you think? How will the landscape change in Azerbaijan looking forward?
I think starting to work with agents will change the way that universities look into foreign students. That means they will look at them as a way of developing cooperation and development with local universities, maybe overseas, because these graduates can be ambassadors of the system where they studied. But agents can be a good bridge of doing a double job. That means I always expect that an agent is a good agent when he brings students in and he makes ties out. So his job should not be just recruiting students, but making these connections and making well known in the country where he's working what are the pluses of the country that he's representing.
Nicolas, thank you so much for coming and sharing the information on the Azerbaijani market. It was a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you a lot for having us, and we'll be always at your disposition for more information.